The air at the shooting range buzzed with competition. Laughter, clinking of rifles, and the hum of small talk filled the hall. Among the crowd of wealthy enthusiasts stood a man who didn't quite belong, Ethan Carter, a single father and a retired Army veteran. His boots were worn, his jacket frayed, and his tired eyes carried more battles than he cared to admit. While others came with polished rifles, Ethan carried an old service gun, scratched, heavy, but reliable. Most people didn't even notice him. Those who did, they smirked. "Who invited the charity case?" someone whispered. Another chuckled, "He looks like he hasn't held a rifle in years." Ethan ignored them. He wasn't here for their approval. He was here because his little girl, Maya, had tugged his sleeve that morning and said, "Daddy, you're my hero. Show them what you can do." It had been a tough year. Bills piled up, jobs slipped through his fingers, and the weight of raising Maya alone nearly crushed him. But her smile kept him standing. And today, he wanted to give her a reason to be proud. The range was hosting a community challenge, a place where champions and rookies alike tested their skill. At the center of attention was Ryan Hale, the reigning shooting champion, wealthy, confident, with the latest custom rifle shining in the light. Every eye followed him as he broke record after record. When Ethan's name was finally called, most of the crowd barely looked up. He walked to the line, slow and steady, his old gun at his side. The range official raised a brow as if to say, "Are you sure?" Behind him, he heard the murmurs. "Waste of time. He should just sit this one out." But Ethan wasn't listening. His hands wrapped around the grip, muscle memory kicking in. He had spent years in combat, his weapon an extension of himself. He closed his eyes briefly, remembering the desert winds, the deafening roars, the moments when one steady breath meant life or death. When he opened them again, the world went silent. He took the shot. Crack! The bullet sliced through the air and landed dead center, so perfect, the crowd gasped. The electronic board lit up, new record. Ryan Hale's record. For a second, silence fell across the range. Then, voices erupted. "No way, who is he?" That was impossible. Ethan didn't celebrate. He simply lowered his weapon, steady as stone. His only glance was toward Maya, who was bouncing up and down, her little hands clapping wildly. Her voice carried above the crowd. "That's my daddy." The champion, Ryan, stepped forward. His smug smile had vanished, replaced by something else, respect. He extended his hand. "Name's Ryan. Looks like I've met my match." Ethan shook his hand firmly. "Just a soldier. Nothing more." But Ryan shook his head. "No. A soldier, and a father. That's more than most men can claim." Later, as people gathered around Ethan, offering congratulations and even job opportunities, Maya hugged his leg tightly. Her eyes sparkled. "You showed them, Daddy. You showed them who you really are." Ethan knelt, brushing a strand of hair from her face. His voice cracked with emotion. "No, sweetheart. You reminded me who I am." That night, Ethan tucked Maya into bed, his heart lighter than it had been in years. The world had tried to ignore him, but with one shot, one moment of truth, everything had changed. Not because he broke a record, but because he remembered that even the most overlooked people carry greatness within them. Sparkle's message: never underestimate the quiet ones. The ignored, the forgotten, the struggling single parents and veterans. Sometimes, all it takes is one chance, one act of faith, to reveal a strength that can inspire the world.